Hey guys, welcome back to my channel Commerce and Management Studies. So in today's video, I'm going to talk about physical distribution. This is the lecture 4 of the playlist जो हम बना रहे हैं on the topic of place, right? So in marketing management, there are 4 P's. Extended, there are 7 P's. Product, price, place and promotion. The playlist on product and price element has already been done. It is there on the channel. Do check out the playlist section of the channel. So let's start and considering the third P, that is the place element. इस पे हम बहुत सारी वीडियोस बना चुके हैं. Channel management decisions, channel design decisions, what are intermediaries, channels of distributions क्या होते हैं, ये सारी videos are there on the playlist section. So today in the lecture 4 of this playlist, I'm going to start with the topic physical distribution. ठीक है, physical distribution is again a very very important part of the place element. ठीक है, what is place element? The idea is to make the product available to the consumer at the right time and at the right place. तो physical distribution, you must have seen highways पे there are a lot of trucks जो कि बहुत सारा goods and transportation लेके जा रहे होते हैं. जब आप कोई order today so many people do online shopping, जब आप order देते हैं, so there is an order processing done, आपके पास bill आता है, आपके पास receipts आती हैं, आपके पास confirmation आता है of orders. All this is a part of physical distribution, right? So let's just understand this topic in detail. बहुत सारे concepts I have cleared in this topic और बहुत detail में है. So let's just start quickly. First of all, what is physical distribution? Very simple. Physical यानी कि actually में products को एक जगह से दूसरी जगह तक लेके जाना. It is the movement of finished goods from the point of production to the point of the final consumption. मतलब actually में जहाँ factory में production हो रहा है वहाँ से product कैसे move कर रहा है to the final consumer. This actual movement, this physical movement of the product is called this physical movement is called physical distribution. इसके अंदर बहुत सारे steps हैं, so let's just see. First of all, objective क्या है physical distribution का? Now this looks very simple कि हाँ, the main motive is that the product should be available to the consumer at the right place and at the right time. But very important, costing is very important. Transportation is by far the major cost of any product. So because the cost goes higher, either this cost will be borne by the consumer or this cost will be borne by the producer. So you have to maintain a balance between what consumer satisfaction, that is the product should be available to the consumer at the right time and the right place whenever the consumer wants it. So consumer की satisfaction बहुत important है. At the same time, the costs have to be taken care into consideration. So it should be a very very optimum level at which you are transporting to the customer. So profit maximization is again. So there's always a trade-off between them. या तो आप make the product available to every consumer wherever they want. In that case, the transportation costs are going to be very very high. On the other hand, if you are minimizing your cost, you might compromise on consumer satisfaction. So there has to be a balance between that. Moving ahead, how is it done? There are 3 things. Number 1, make available right goods in right quantity at the right time at the right place in the least cost. Imagine आप Myntra से कोई product order करते हैं and you get that product after 1 week. You were expecting that product after let's say 2 days, but you get that product after 1 week and that too a wrong product. How is going to be the impression? The company is going to suffer a lot. So here comes the part of the physical distribution. Manufacturer ने तो अपना product बना दिया, उसे अपना product list कर दिया website पे, आपने product पसंद कर लिया. So product element, price element is done. आपको product का price ठीक लगा, आपको product का make अच्छा लगा, design अच्छा लगा, you like the product, but it did not reach to you on time. The wrong product reached you. So there comes the place element, right? So that's very important. Again, to achieve the minimum inventory level and superior transportation. Inventory level, हर transporter को जो भी product available करवाता है उसे कुछ ना कुछ stock अपने पास रखना पड़ता है. That stock should be kept at the optimum level, क्योंकि जितना ज़्यादा stock होगा the costing is going to be higher, और जितना कम stock होगा there could be chances that you might not make the product available at the right time. The inventory level should be optimum and there should be speedier transportation. And to establish of the products by effective management of physical distribution activities. आपका जो channel of distribution है या जो physical distribution whatever you are following, it should be established very very nicely. मतलब because the products the price should not fluctuate. ऐसा transportation system या ऐसा storage system नहीं होना चाहिए which is crashing the other day. तो उससे क्या होगा, the product will not be available at the right time and supply and demand में problem आ सकती है. इसका I'll give you the examples of vegetables. जो आपने देखा है कभी कभी onions और tomatoes और ऐसे necessary products के prices एकदम से बहुत high हो जाते हैं. The reason yes is given to us कि the crop wasn't good this time or they were natural reasons, but most of the time the reasons are the middlemen. What do they do? They keep the stock to themselves and they do not provide the stock in the market. So in that case they create an artificial shortage in the market. वो मार्केट में एक आर्टिफिशियल शॉर्टेज क्रिएट करते हैं. क्यों? क्योंकि जो फिजिकल डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन सिस्टम है इट इज नॉट वर्किंग प्रॉपरली, एंड दैट इज वाई सप्लाई और डिमांड में देयर इज अ गैप एंड देन द प्राइसेस सोअर हाई. तो कोई भी अच्छा मार्केटर और एनी गुड ट्रांसपोर्टर विल ऑलवेज मेक श्योर दैट द फिजिकल डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन सिस्टम इज वेल एस्टैब्लिश्ड. इट इज अ वेरी स्मूथ सिस्टम सो दैट प्रोडक्ट के प्राइजेस कभी भी फ्लक्चुएट ना करें या बहुत ज़्यादा रैंडम फ्लक्चुएट ना करें, एंड देयर शुड बी अ वेल सेटेड प्राइस. यहाँ पे वी कैन गिव द एग्जांपल ऑफ अमूल. अमूल का ट्रांसपोर्टेशन सिस्टम या फिजिकल डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन सिस्टम बहुत स्ट्रॉन्ग है. द नेटवर्क इज वेरी वेरी स्ट्रॉन्ग. इट इज मेकिंग द प्रोडक्ट अवेलेबल एट ईच एंड एवरी स्टोर every day, and it is also maintaining a competitive price. So that is the importance, or that is how the physical distribution should be done. Moving ahead, what is the importance of physical distribution? It gives you time utility, it gives you place utility. The product is available at the right time, at the right place. It helps to reduce the distribution costs. It helps in stabilization of prices, which I have already explained, and it helps in improving the customer service. जितना अच्छा आपका physical distribution system होता है उतना ज़्यादा consumer satisfy होता है. For example, I like two products, product A and B. दोनों के दोनों products बिल्कुल एक जैसे हैं, बिल्कुल perfect products हैं, दोनों के prices बिल्कुल same हैं. But I know that product B is not easily available as is product A. I will simply go and buy product number A. So here what is happening? Product A is giving me higher place utility. Product A is giving me better time utility. It is giving me better satisfaction. That is why I'm more inclined towards that. So that is the importance of the place element in the marketing management. All right. तो ये होते हैं components of physical distribution. बहुत देर से मैं कह रही हूँ physical distribution is very important. You have to make the product available to the consumer at the right time. How do you do that? What are the components of physical distribution? It is not just that a truck is coming and picking the product and delivering to the customer. It's not that. There are so many things in that. So there are 4 components: order processing, inventory control, storage and warehousing, and then transportation. So let's start with these components one by one. First is order processing. Imagine you go to a store, you pick up a product, and you then go to the counter and you place an order. So that is the first starting point of any distribution activity. Online आप जाते हैं, आप product पसंद करते हैं, and you place an order. That is the first point, and the order gets confirmed. You see, whenever you place an order, you get a confirmation of the order, you get the invoice, you get an email, you get an SMS, and there's a continuous cycle that, okay, your product will reach you at this time on this date. So this is the entire element of the order processing. It is the starting point of any distribution activity. What does it include? Receiving the order, handling the order, granting the credits in case you are not paying at the same time, invoicing, providing you the bills, dispatching the product, and collecting the bills, right? This complete is the order cycle time. In fact, the order cycle time is the moment you receive the order till the point it reaches the customer. That is the complete order cycle time. और हर marketer अपने इस order cycle time को minimize करने की कोशिश करता है. The lesser the order cycle time, the better it is. The more satisfied the customer is, right? So that's the first component of the physical distribution. Moving ahead, storage and warehousing. Products are not consumed at the same time they are produced, right? Production और consumption में months, in fact years का difference हो सकता है. Products are not consumed at the same place where they are produced. Production कहीं भी हो सकता है, consumption कहीं भी हो सकता है. So to fill this gap, we need some storage houses, we need some warehouses, right? So it involves what is warehousing or what is storage? It involves making proper arrangements such a way that the products are retained in a perfect state. So that जो ये time lag आ रहा है और जो place lag आ रहा है, इसके बीच में the product should be in the perfect state. That is why storage and warehousing is required, because till the time the customers need them, till the time it reaches the market, the product should be in a perfect condition. आपके पास कोई भी product आता है, vegetables and fruits is a very classical example. Of course, they have to be stored, they have to be properly, completely, because they are perishable goods. But other than that also, कोई भी product, in fact, let's talk about electronics. आपके घर में एक TV आ रहा है and it is broken. So there's no point. It has to be completely stored and warehoused properly. So that's the important. इसमें हम और थोड़ा सा detail में जाएंगे. What are warehouses? Warehouses is a place where the surplus goods are kept, of course, because there are बहुत सारे goods हैं जो seasonal products होते हैं. So एक particular season में abundance में grow किए जाते हैं. Then they are stored and warehoused, and then they are sold throughout the year. ठीक है? Modern warehouses, they have all the latest equipments, right? What is the importance of warehousing? They will ensure regular supply. As I told you, vegetables या बहुत सारी ऐसी चीज़ें हैं जो कि seasonal होती हैं, but उनकी demand throughout the year होती है. So to maintain that regular supply, it is very important that you produce in abundance at once and then you store it. Stock of trade, stock maintain करके चलता है. Seasonal products के लिए warehousing is very important. It ensures continuous production because even if the product is not sold at that time, still you keep on producing because it is stored properly. Quality maintain करके चलता है. Price stabilization में help करता है, which I have again explained you. अगर product ढंग से product is not reaching the customer at the right time, there will be a demand and supply gap, right? And in that case the prices will not be stabilized. And perishable goods के लिए warehousing is very very important. So that's the importance and the need of warehousing. Here comes the types of warehouses. बहुत सारे types of warehouses होते हैं. Number one, private warehouses. नाम से पता चल रहा है, they are owned by the private individuals. ये convenient होते हैं. I mean private big manufacturers जो बड़े बड़े traders होते हैं, उनके अपने warehouses होते हैं and they stock their products by themselves. Then comes public warehouses. Of course, these are licensed by the government. ये storage facility provide करते हैं and they give you and you have to pay some fees in return. जो owner होता है इस public warehouses का, he is actually the employee or you can say he is the agent of the government. He is just acting on behalf of the government. Then आते हैं cooperative warehouses. कुछ warehouses ऐसे होते हैं जो कि ना कि government owned होते हैं, ना ही किसी एक particular individual के own होते हैं. ये cooperative societies के owned होते हैं. That means there are a bunch of, there's a group of people who have made a cooperative society and they run very very large warehouses. वहाँ पे again you can go and store your products in return of certain fees. पंजाब, कर्नाटका, महाराष्ट्र ऐसी जगहों पे जहाँ पे फार्मिंग बहुत ज़्यादा होती है, यहाँ पे बहुत बड़े बड़े कोऑपरेटिव वेयर हाउसेज फाइंड किए जाते हैं. एंड द लास्ट वन इज द बॉन्डेड वेयर हाउस. ये इंपॉर्टेंट है, थोड़ा सा क्वेश्चन आ सकता है एग्जाम में, व्हाट आर बॉन्डेड वेयर हाउसेज. बॉन्डेड वेयर हाउसेज वो होते हैं जहाँ पे इम्पोर्टेड गुड्स जो कि आउट ऑफ द कंट्री के अंदर आते हैं, ये रखे जाते हैं. सो ये जनरली गवर्नमेंट ओन भी हो सकते हैं, दे कैन बी प्राइवेटली ओन्ड ऑल्सो. सो व्हाट इज द इंपॉर्टेंस ऑफ देम? For example, a good is coming from outside the country, you have to pay custom duty, right? Sometimes the person who is buying the goods or the importer who has imported the goods, he is not able to pay the custom duty at once, right? So what will they do? They will store those goods in the bonded warehouses till the time the importer can pay the custom duty. And the one very good advantage is that you can also pay the custom duty in installments. The percentage of the custom duty you're paying, that much percentage of goods you can take out from the bonded warehouses. So these are very very important. So these are again the fourth type of warehouses, right? Moving ahead, so first step we have done, first was order processing, and the second is the warehousing. Third आता है inventory control. What is inventory? All of us know inventory is to maintain the stocks. Accounts में आपने पढ़ा है, right? What is inventory control? It is a process of deciding what and how much should be kept in stock. कितना stock हमें maintain करके चलना चाहिए? Because higher the stock, higher the cost, but lower the stock, the danger that you may run out of time of providing the products to the customers, right? So it will determine how much time, कितने time के लिए आपको stock maintain करके चलना है and what quantity of stock you need to procure. ठीक है? Functions determine the items, कौन सी चीजें आपको stock करने की जरूरत है. These needs to be decided in advance. So you generally people know what kind of products are more in demand or at what time will they be sold off. So accordingly you have to maintain a stock. Determine when and how much to stock, keep the records and weed out the obsolete items. There might be things that are completely redundant, they're just kept in the warehouse, they're not being sold, they're obsolete items, they're just occupying your space and they're just costing you, so just weed them out, right? So importance, inventories must be kept at optimum level. When I say optimum, that is the best level, not the maximum, not the minimum. Higher inventories, they will be expensive because you have to, there's a cost of handling them, and lower inventories, you might run shortage of raw materials and then production might be hampered. So तीन चीजें होती हैं. This in detail you generally study in accounts. यहाँ पे formulas होते हैं to calculate, but here we'll just do the theoretical part of it. There's a maximum level of inventory, there's a minimum level of inventory, and there is a reordering level of inventory. I'll explain that. Maximum मतलब इससे ऊपर मेरा stock level नहीं जाना चाहिए, because इससे ऊपर जाएगा तो हमारी costing बहुत high हो जाएगी. Minimum level, इससे नीचे मेरा stock level नहीं जाना चाहिए, because इससे नीचे गया then the production cycle will stop. Reordering level is somewhere between the maximum and the minimum, because I know अगर मेरा stock इस level तक पहुंच गया है then I need to reorder the inventory, because जब तक मैं order करूंगी और जब तक मेरे पास order आएगा मेरा order और कम होता जाएगा and it will reach the minimum level. So minimum level is not the reordering level, right? Because if you will order at the minimum level, then the order will take time to reach you and your stock will go below the minimum level, which it should not go, right? So reorder level is somewhere between the maximum and the minimum level of inventory. So that is how the level of inventories are maintained. And the last is the transportation. Finally, it is the movement of the product from where they are made to where they are used. This is where the place value is added. यहाँ पे हमें place utility मिलती है. Transportation expenditure is by far the most important component of the physical distribution. Storage and warehousing में भी costing जाती है, inventory control में भी costing जाती है, order processing में भी costing जाती है, but transportation costs are generally the major portion of the entire physical distribution cost. So importance, I will not give you in detail the importance of transportation, but there's a simple fact. किसी भी country में when there is a transportation strike, the entire economic system paralyzes. As simple as that. And we have also seen जिन countries में या जिन cities में या जिन states में transportation facilities highly developed हैं, they are progressing more rapidly. So that's the importance of transportation element. Here are the various modes of transportation: railways, airways, waterways, roadways, and pipelines also. Because here we are talking about transportation of goods, right? Not people. So pipelines are again a mode of transportation of goods. यहाँ पे मैंने एक comparison किया है. You can just take the screenshot also. You can study in detail, but I'll just give you a brief. Railways, इनकी speed average होती है. Frequency is low, but I would say it's high frequency because इंडिया में रेलवे सिस्टम बहुत स्ट्रॉन्ग है. फ्लेक्सिबिलिटी इनकी हाई होती है. इनकी कॉस्टिंग जनरली लो या एवरेज साइड पे होती है. वाटरवेज ये बहुत स्लो होते हैं, फ्रीक्वेंसी भी इनकी लो होती है, बट इनकी फ्लेक्सिबिलिटी हाई होती है, इनकी कॉस्टिंग बहुत कम होती है. एयरवेज दे आर फास्ट, दे आर क्विक, बट अगेन देयर कॉस्टिंग अगेन इज वेरी हाई. देयर फ्लेक्सिबिलिटी ऑफ हैंडलिंग इज लो. थोड़ी सी इनकी लिमिटेशंस होती हैं बिकॉज दे कैन नॉट रीच एवरी प्लेस. Pipelines, they are the slowest mode of transportation, but for certain products, they are the best mode of transportation. For example, gases, for example, some liquids, chemicals. यहाँ पे pipelines are the very, very effective mode. They are very safe mode of transportation. And trucks में आता है roadways. Roadways again, one of the very, very good source of transportation, especially in a country like India, where we have remote areas where the products have to be transported, and India has a very strong road network as well. यहाँ पे एडवांटेजेस एंड डिसएडवांटेजेस हैं. रेलवेज अच्छी कैपेबिलिटी है, एक्सटेंसिव रूट्स हैं, द कॉस्टिंग इज लो, बट अगेन railways generally tend to be late, they're not generally on time and things like that. Trucks, that is a road system. Again, trucks, the main advantages of the roadways is that it provides you end-to-end delivery. Exactly from the point of production, exactly to the point of consumption they can go. That is the major benefit of the roadways, right? Airways, they are expensive, but again, they are faster, the damage is lower, and again, they are very, very, very on time. Generally, they are not very late. Pipelines, low cost, reliable हैं. These are some advantages. Disadvantages, इनका access बहुत limited है. We don't have a pipe network everywhere, right? And they are slow also. Waterways, low cost, they have huge capabilities, but they are slow and they are very, very weather sensitive also, right? So these are certain advantages and disadvantages. इसमें questions which I have generally seen, higher level पे, graduation level पे, post graduation level पे आपको questions कैसे आते हैं? They would give you a certain product and they will ask you which mode of transportation is the most suited for this product and why. So let's say, for example, if I give the example of postal letters, they ask you a question: the postal letters, which mode of transportation is most suited for them and why? So that is how you have to understand the advantages and disadvantages of each mode of transportation. So that's it about physical distribution. In the next lecture, which is the last lecture of the place element, we are going to discuss about supply chain management. Very, very important topic in the place element of the marketing management. So I hope you all like the video. I hope you all understand the concept. If you like the video, please give me a thumbs up and do chat with me through the comment section and keep learning. Thank you so much.